Chinaâ's Caixin Market Services PMI 54.1 vs 56.8 expected. NTV Forex.com News ID 863,607 GMT by Ross J. Berland. Chinaâ's Caixin Market Services PMI NBSP was expected to remain in good health for NBSP July NBSP from 58.4 prior. NBSP The data, however, has arrived as follows: Caixin Market Services PMI NBSP China Caixin IHS Market July Services PMI at 54.1 vs 58.4 in June. Forex reaction ahead of the data. China's onshore spot yuan had NBSP strengthens to a high of 6.9602 per dollar in early trade, strongest since March 11. AUD is muted on the data, around 0.3% higher for the day so far at 0.7180. NBSP The chart of the week. AUD USD toppy, H&amp S could be in the making. The Aussie continues its struggles within a bearish daily chart formation, carving out the Irish hand shoulder of a bearish NBSP head and shoulders pattern. Details of the report. Resters elaborates on the outcome. Growth in China's services sector slowed in July from a decade high the previous month, as new export business fell and job losses continued, an industry survey showed on Wednesday, pointing to cracks in the sector's post-COVID recovery. The Caixin Market Services Purchasing Managers Index PMI fell to 54.1 from June's 58.4, which was the highest reading since April 2010. The 50 mark separates growth from contraction on a monthly basis. The services sector, which accounts for about 60% of the economy and half of the urban jobs, had been slower to recover initially than large manufacturers, but the recovery has gathered pace in recent months as the nationwide COVID-19 restrictions on public gatherings gradually lifted. However, pressures remain. Heavy job losses, pay cuts, and now fresh COVID-19 outbreaks in the country's west and northeast regions have made some consumers cautious about spending and going out again. NBSP key points. The Caixin survey showed new export businesses received by Chinese services firms contracted again in July after a brief expansion, weighing on the growth of overall new business, which was predominantly driven by domestic markets. NBSP firms continued to shed jobs for the sixth straight month, albeit at a slower rate, as they sought to boost profits at a time of rising costs and falling prices. Employment was still a key problem. The combination of expanding demand and production with shrinking employment has dogged the economy for several months, said Wang Zhe, senior economist at Caixin Insight Group. NBSP A slew of measures have been introduced to ensure business survivals, but improving employment takes more time as companies tend to cut labor costs during tough times, Wang said. Still, the overall expansion in the sector remained elevated in July and in line with the survey's long-term trend. Service firms are growing more optimistic about business prospects as the economy continues to recover from the COVID-19 lockdowns, with the sub-index for confidence in the year ahead improving to the highest since March 2015. China returned to growth in the second quarter after a deep slump at the start of the year, but unexpected weakness in domestic consumption underscored the need for more policy support to bolster the recovery. Description: NBSP Caixin Services PMI. The Caixin Services PMI, released by NBSP Market Economics, is based on data compiled from monthly replies to questionnaires sent to purchasing executives in over 400 private service sector companies. The panel has been carefully selected to accurately replicate the true structure of the services economy. NBSP. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.